ahead to Saturday, both you and the players have been vocal about the importance of having a nice crowd there. What kind of message would it send if you could get a big crowd out there, and how important is that?
Well, I think it sends a message in a lot of regards. I think first and foremost, we do have the best fan base in the country, the most passionate fan base in the country. We need to continue to make Neyland Stadium a home field advantage, but anytime we get a chance to compete in that venue, it's special. And you look at all the events going on with all the lettermen coming back. It's a record number of lettermen coming back for our golf outing on Friday. Record number of former players, VFL players coming back. That's going to be exciting. Opportunity to compete. It's another evaluation tool for us as coaches. And then also, obviously a chance to play on national television. That's a great opportunity. And then obviously everything is about recruiting as well. So it's all about a great weekend, and obviously it's a chance for us to continue to prove to the country that there is no better place than Tennessee.
Butch, when you're starting new at a place like this and you're trying to build sort of from the ground up, how big is Saturday from a recruiting standpoint?
Well, it's big in all regards, not just recruiting, and every day is important in recruiting. We all know you win with players, but it's important, like I said, for everything. We still have a number of concerns that need to be addressed going into this spring and then into August camp. Who our punt returners going to be? Can they catch the ball consistently? Obviously everyone wants to talk about the quarterback, but I'm more concerned about who's number 6 in the offensive line, who's number 7, obviously who's number 5 and number 6 in our defensive front, heck, who's 2 and 3, and then obviously our secondary. So there's still so many answers that need to be addressed, and a lot of those won't be answered until Austin Peay, but it gives us a better gauge moving forward.
Did you guys settle on a format for the game? How that's going to be played?
Yeah, we do have a format, and obviously we would like to have a draft. We would like to draft teams. So that's where we're at with our program right now. We don't have much depth, so it's going to be offense versus defense. We will have a scoring system, and so there are numerous opportunities that the defense can manufacture points, 3 and outs, turnovers, TFLs, tackles for loss. So it's the same really formula that we've been using throughout the course of spring, so our players are used to it. But also I want this to be game day for our coaches. I think that's the other thing. It's game day for us. Little things that maybe people take for granted, from the way you do pregame in your locker room, to the way you do pregame warm-ups, the way your team takes the field, areas on the field for pregame, all those little things. This basically is a dress rehearsal for Austin Peay. So we also think it's important that we have our coaches connected. We'll be in the press box, we'll be on the sidelines, and obviously we understand that communication is obviously critical. So that's kind of the format, and it's going to be a great day. And I know our players are really looking forward to playing in front of our fans, and we need everyone to come out and continue to support. This is really the first public display at Team 117. It's all about first impressions, and it's a mentality that we've taken this week in practice.
Saturday there weren't a whole lot of downfield passes with the injury situation with the receivers. A lot of guys still out that position. Will that affect what you can do Saturday?
We're going to run our offense, but yeah, we've proven over the years we're an offense that likes to push the ball down the field, but also we need to play to the strengths of our players, and I think that's critical. But I think if you do our research over the last 6 years, we like to push the ball down the field.
Coaching the defensive backfield, how well do you feel like you kind of filled some of the big? You lost a lot back there.
Right.
Pressure watch. What are you leaving spring with as far as knowing what you've got?
It's
open-ended.
It's open-ended. It's still work in progress. I still don't know, who our number 2 corner is. And obviously Riyad Jones was out this practice, so that sets us back there a little bit. So again, it's ongoing, and the big thing is leadership, having that foundation of the standard and expectation, our style of play, our pride in our performance, and moving forward in the summer. In the summer will probably be the most critical summer we've had here in a long period of time, because we have to get better. And I've seen teams go from having a very average spring to having a tremendous off-season in the summer. We're coming to training camp, they're ready to go, and they take off, and we need to start fast in everything that we do.
Is Riyad done for the week?
I'll know a little bit more if he'll be available for the spring game, probably Friday.
Any players that stood out this spring really caught your attention? Any individuals that's come to mind immediately?
Well, I think I see individuals, I see a level of consistency, and I see players continue to progress and get better and better and better. I think Alden Hill has had a tremendous spring. He continues to get better and better. He has a mentality that we expect and demand. I think Rajon Neal has developed a lot, especially from a pass protection standpoint, but from the interior run game. Dontavius Sapp, I love him. He's valuable. He's starting on kickoff. He's starting on kickoff return. He's starting on punt. He'd start on punt return but also he's one of our starting linebackers. I think he's come a long way. I think Justin Coleman has had a very quiet spring. He's just been very, very consistent. James Stone has had a great spring. Zach Fulton. I like Juwan James' confidence. I think he's done a great job. I think both our quarterbacks continue to roll their sleeves up and work and bring in each and every day. So I think those individuals, we still need some individuals to step up at the receiver position. Not anywhere satisfied. We're not where we need to be to play winning football at that position yet. We bring 3 freshmen in, and that's the other thing is, these 15 practices will be a gauge. Like I told our players when we got here in December, they're responsible for building their identity. We have identity files. They're responsible for it, and now we bring the other freshmen in, and we promised every freshman he'd have the opportunity to compete for playing time, and you'll see that when they get here in June and then August.
Butch, if Marlon's absence is long-term or permanent, are you comfortable with the running backs you have now, or would you like to maybe move Devin back or find some other alternative?
No, we're going to go with the running backs that we have, and obviously, Devin brings some different skill sets, so we'll get him the ball different ways, but Devin has to get himself in the mental conditioning that it takes to play in our offense, both physically and mentally, and he's done a good job of really trying to do that, but that's, again, why summer's going to be big, not only for him, but everyone.
It seems like you haven't been too shy in calling out Dan McCullers on the mic and stuff. How important is that he responds to that calling? Did you see him respond to?
He's responded every day, and he's got that quiet look, but when I get him to smile, he responds, he's respectful. But again, he's an individual who you look at his big body, he's worked exceptionally hard, pound per pound, he's the strongest person we have in this football program. But again, it's an effort, it's a mentality, it's the ability for individuals to be able to play 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plays in a row. And the first play to the 10th play is at the same intensity level, the same endurance level, and that's what we're working through. But he's been able and he's been willing.
What you got off a list of guys that you've seen and impressed you? A guy like Tiny, who's not been practicing, how eager are you to see him actually get out on the field?
Very eager. And I've challenged him. I said, man, for one person who's played very little football, all I hear is about Tiny. And he chuckles and he can take it in stride, but we've challenged him from a mental standpoint, and he's done a great job. He's a football player. He loves the game of football. He's always coming up to me, Coach, did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see this video? He's in Coach Mahoney's office all the time. He's in my office. And we demanded a lot from him when he's not taking the mental reps, being down with Mike Sershin and Dave Lawson. But it's time to get him on the field and see what he can do.
What kind of spring has Daryl McNeil had at this point? And I was also going to ask you about the drone that McNeil had flying above the field today.
Well, McNeil has done a good job, and again, he's another individual. He takes coaching on every snap. He's doing a good job in special teams, but again, just habits, forming the habits that it takes to perform, not just to play here, but to play winning football, to play championship football. Not just being satisfied with putting the uniform on and participating. Don't be a participant. Be an individual who's a playmaker, who can affect a game. And he's really working exceptionally hard. That's just another teach tool that you see flying around here at Tennessee. We're going to do everything to be able to teach with the greatest technology, with everything, and those are different camera angles and all that. So I'm actually looking forward to see what those angles bring.
Whose idea was
Well, it's a number of guys. It's our support staff. It's Joe Harrington. It's everyone just always trying to make the program better each and every day. And that's kind of the culture that we're building here. Is it doesn't matter if it's our secretaries, our equipment staff, our training staff, our cooks. How can we make Tennessee football better each and every day?
Is that why you unveiled a new drill today, I think, midway through practice, a new special teams?
Well, we did do a new special teams drill. We wanted to get it on film, evaluate it going into training camp. But again, we're constant. It's constant, never-ending improvement. And Coach Z had done that drill at some other spots, and we wanted to play it, and I liked it. And you'll see that everything is about putting your players in positions to win and developing them.
You referenced this to the last practice in full pads. What do you know about your team? 13 practices in that you did.
Great question. I still need 2 more opportunities. I think they're willing. I think they're trying to give everything that they have. I think, though, we need to continue to demand more from ourselves. Our leadership needs to continue to demand more. But I like this team, and I really do believe, I've said it, our margin of error is very, very small. But you know what? I really think our fans are going to like this football team. I think they're going to see a football team that it's not cliché. They're going to give their all for Tennessee, and that's something that we're working on. But I enjoy coaching these players. They come in, they want more, they want to know how they can improve, and when you can do that, you're going to continue to get better.
With Marlins, he definitely out more Saturday, or is there any chance he could?
There's still an opportunity. He has some criteria that has to be met, and he's meeting that criteria. But as of right now, he's still out, and that's all I'll comment.
The guys who are banged up, any of those guys definitely out for Saturday. The obvious ones, Richardson.
The obvious ones. Brendan Downs will be out. I'll know a little bit about about Jones, Riyadh. I'll know a little bit more about him. But, obviously Tiny, most of the individuals that have missed spring will be out. It's not fair to them to put them in that type of environment, in that competitive situation when they haven't performed in spring. But, I would think Riyadh Jones would be the first one. Both receivers will be out. It was good to get Vincent Dallas back today at receiver, so it was great to see that.
But you kind of talked about demanding more of your leadership. You were on the mic earlier saying that the speed of the pack goes with the speed of the leader. Is that a quality you think you have or you don't, or is that something you think the player can have?
Well, I think leadership is a skill that you have to practice and perform every day. There are no off days in leadership. And, we'll have some Navy SEALs coming in here. And also, we voted on a player staff the other day, and it was voted by their peers. And our players did a great job. They were the same individuals that I would have elected to represent them. But, again, we're going to continue to strive and teach them what makes a great leader. And that's something that you have to practice each and every day. And leadership is hard, because it's making decisions, first of all, upon yourself and living the right way, but it's also holding each other's to a very high level of responsibility and accountability.
But you talked about fast tempo, and you've done that in spring practice. When you come back in preseason camp, could you go even faster, or will you just be trying to maintain the tempo you've established?
I'd like to go faster. And, these players are going to have a summer with, I feel, is the best strength and conditioning staff in the country. I firmly believe that. So they're going to have a full summer of training with them. And I think our players understand now the type of physical shape, mental conditioning, mental and physical endurance that they're going to need to play in our offense. But, John, I would like to come, and I would like it to be much, much faster, and it's going to need to be much faster.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Very much.